AI and data analytics, measuring and resetting your targets. So with data coming in from every possible source, what does your dashboard look like, and how did your ability to reset revenue budgets and objectives in the past 3 months really help you to stabilize and rebuild your pipeline?
Thank you, Michael. Just to reinforce a little bit of something that Buck had mentioned about the alignment between sales and marketing. Cambro did kind of a unique thing where they put a salesperson in charge of marketing. So it's a little scary when suddenly the salesperson is the one that's in there, but it certainly has broken down a lot of barriers and helped us be much more aligned in our conversation and supporting one another better. As far as the dashboards and stabilizing, I mentioned earlier how we really do measure an incredible amount of information within Cambro. And we've always been very vertically integrated in how we manage that activity. So besides the normal weekly marketing dashboard that we've always had that measures things like how many people visit the blog, how many website visits, the mixture of production time between domestic and international, et cetera, what we've done recently is try to really understand how can we get better visibility on the metrics and what other dashboards might we need to be able to be more successful in making better decisions. So the biggest step was to add a Power BI platform that we bolted on top of our Salesforce CRM. And what the Power BI, if you think about it, is sort of it's an interface between our ERP and our Salesforce. And it is a very user-friendly way for everyone to have access to the data. And so whether we're looking at, the percentage of opportunities in a particular territory against their 90-day quota, or, whether or not there's a propensity for stale opportunities or opportunities that are at risk of going away, the Power BI platform makes it really easy for us to be able to have very easy and quick snapshots of the data, and the users can drill through it themselves. So once our Power BI specialist here at Cambro trained us how to do it, all the salespeople, and even now we're pushing it out to our reps, where they can buy into our license and be able to do the same thing with their Salesforce platform. And that's really helped us get much better view of the data, and in a predictive sense, start to develop that AI as well for the future.
Absolutely. I think data is so important, but you have to be able to look at it quickly and understand it and get that visibility into it to make it actionable. Jameel, I will direct the next question at you. You shared earlier about the work your team has done with inbound and outbound integration with your CRM. What changes have you made in the past 3 months on resetting those strategies? And have you established new metrics or redefined your go-to-market at all?
Great question. So the last 3 months have, our nation and our industry specifically have faced some unprecedented times. Those unprecedented times often push many people, businesses, et cetera, to look internally. Here at Burkett, we took a hard look internally at our sales and marketing sales cycle and sales funnel. And what we want to do is understand what are the triggers that move the needle. Those triggers include everything from your inbound and outbound activities, your leads, your conversion rates, your quoting opportunities, your closed deals, and your ship deals, right? So once we understood all those triggers, we took a look at the data points to understand what data are we capturing and what data aligned to that cycle, and then what data didn't. And the ones that aligned, we kept them. The ones that didn't, we kind of paused them, I would say. And then we introduced new data points where we found that we had gaps. Once we did that, we then used our systems to make sure that we had the adequate reporting and alerts that captured those data points for us. So we understood each piece of the pie. From that, we built internal scorecards, and we had scorecards already prior to this 3 months, but I think we refined them so that we had a place to be able to drop these data points in regularly, so we can start to understand trends and cycles and whatnot. And then finally, we kicked off what we were calling our daily sales huddles. And so we do that virtually, and virtually through technology. We use Microsoft Teams at our company. But we run daily huddles with our sales organization where we get an opportunity to blend the data and the people. Because I think what we've learned over time is the data tells you half the story, and then the people tell you the other half of the story. When you bring it together, you get to understand the full understanding. You start to learn from that, what are your wins, what are your challenges, what's working, what's not working. And then you get a chance to kind of adjust almost in real time that way, right? I mean, because if we're talking on a daily basis and we start to see a trend, it doesn't take very long to be able to adjust and reinvent ourselves relatively quickly to adapt to our customers' needs as well as the business's needs.
Absolutely. Finding those triggers and really focusing on the reporting and the combination of the data and people really gets us to the success opportunities overall and those systems in place. And Mike, you had mentioned earlier some of your systems that you had in place that gave you the ability to embrace your customers over the past 3 months as we've all been kind of navigating this time. What changes will you make to accelerate digital transformation of your sales with marketing?
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of Stuart's sales team. Sounds like they've gotten a great start with their Salesforce CRM, and George and I and Zinc and all the Paradigm member partners have we've been working on our CRM marketing automation platform now for 6 or 7 years. We're super excited about it, and it's really coming together. So just recently we made a change. We got rid of Act On tool, which is a bolt-on that automates the marketing function in Salesforce, and we replaced it with a much simpler, easier to use platform that we have just gotten started with. So Act On really needed to be managed by a couple people in the marketing department. This tool is going to be utilized throughout our organization, so our salespeople will become part of our marketing team. More importantly, over the last 3 months, we've tried hard to turn our sales team into marketers. And as most people know, people follow people, not companies in the social media world. So our salespeople have thousands of followers, and they're doing a great job of promoting solutions for our factories that we haven't done in the past. We relied on our internal marketing department to try to drive that, and now our outside salespeople are a big part of what they will be doing is assisting the marketing efforts through their followers.
Absolutely. I think it's really interesting how this time has really forced us to blend a lot of things that we used to do offline and bring them online, and to engage in that kind of sales marketing combination in that way. And where social media, you mentioned it, people follow people, and I would absolutely agree with you there.